Hello, hello. I am sorry it is about 20 minutes past when I say that I'm going to be live. Um, Life happened today. I know I say that a lot on Mondays, but I'm just telling you. Hello, hello. Oh, hang on. It really got me today. Haven't been feeling great, but I'm here and that's what's important, right? I do want to let you know that there is a joining special, which means, hi, Janie, you can shop with a discount if you want to become a demonstrator. You don't have to do what I do. You just can buy as a happy shopper. Think of it as a Costco or a Sam's Club membership, those kinds of things. So you can shop with a discount, 20 to 25, depending on where you're at. So right now, during the month of May, from May 6th to May 31, I know we're at May 19, you can get the starter kit worth 165 US dollars, and you pick everything that you want in that, and you only pay $99 plus tax, no shipping. I believe that's right. Let me make sure. Eligible for $99. And you get to pick your $165 worth of product. So that is a good deal. And then you get to, if you decide to sign up under me, you get to be a happy homegrown stamper. And we have fun. All right. I know that you came to watch me craft tonight. You didn't come to hear a spiel about joining, but I wanted to let you know that if you so decide to, there is a special and you can be a happy shopper. All right, let me share my screen, and I got to look at the other one to be able to do that. I set things up a little bit differently, and I tried to zoom in, and I think I might have zoomed in too much, but we'll get through tonight. All right, we are going to play with the stamp set that I am using for the card club for this month, which means we're playing with Year of Flowers. And I need to move that sticky because it's not nice to share somebody's address. There we go. And it's got dies that go with it. And what I learned the hard way with these dies is that I was lining them up January through December. What I didn't realize is that the back of the die has a number on it. Let's see if you can see it. Oh, maybe. Come on, focus for me. See that number 2? That tells you what month that flower is for. So January, February, that's the February one. So that is a nice little tidbit. And they do not come on this magnetic sheet. That is what I use to store my dies on because I like them better that way. All right, let's clean off some space and let's make a couple of cards. Grab out my paper trimmer. And we're going to start with Shy Shamrock, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 so that we can make 2 cards with 1 piece. So score it. As my friend Julie Salva said, that one of her friends said, park the dark one cuts. We don't want to cut. We're scoring, so we're using the light scoring blade. So that's a great, easy way to remember that. Now we're going to cut it at 5 1/2. I like to pull my cutting blade down to the bottom and go up because then it kind of keeps pushing the cardstock towards that little straight edge and it keeps me in line. All right, I'm gonna lay that one up there. We're gonna use this one. And now let's use some, let's lay this one over here as well. And we're gonna do a sketch. So I need a couple of pieces and a round and a square. So let's see what kind of scraps I've got in here. I'm going to use that one. I think I might already have that one out. I did. Let's see what's on the back of that. And that. need two longs, a square, and a circle. All right. Choose one of those, it's smaller. The designer series paper that I'm pulling stuff out of is mixed media florals, and I'm using the back side. All right, we are going to have a matte piece, and we're going to use Petal Pink, and it's going to be 5. So let's cut that at 5. Oh, it should have been 5 1/4. Goodness. All right, we'll just do it 5 1/4 this way. We'll use this scrap and 4. All right. And we still need that. So let's go ahead and fold this guy. So that's going to lay on top there. And we're going to use this one for one of the longer pieces. So let's cut it off at 3 3/4. Have our little stripies going that way. And then we're going to use this one. And I'm going to leave him that long. And put him right there. And then this one is going to be square. So let's see what size that is. Let's make it be 2 1/2. Let's cut it. That's smaller. Let's do 2 inches. That. And then let's go get a round punch. And the white is on the table somewhere. Carol, how are you tonight? All right, here's that. And I'm going to use that right there. Actually, I think I'm going to, yep, I'm going to leave that there. That's too big. What's the other words? Okay, that's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, there's my ink. We're going to stamp it with Secret C. As close to the bottom as possible. Perfect. And then I want to stamp that and punch it out. So let me grab another. Oh, I still got white right here. Or die cut it. November's on the block. That's what we're using. Making thank you cards. Making thank you cards is an awesome thing to do. All right, I'm going to grab my snips. And the mini or die cut machine. Not a trimmer, Brenda, it's a die cut machine. Slide it. And I need November because I laid them on there. I know which one it is. And you can see the number on it, maybe. Focus. It's right there. And if you want to make sure that your die stays in place, if you don't have a magnetic cutting platform, which I don't, I grab a little Post-it note tag, and that'll hold it in place. Look, guys, my desk isn't shaking when I'm using the die cut machine. How wonderful is that? I'm so thrilled. Hubby helped me. Actually, he installed the shelves for me. Our die goes over there. You can go back up there. Over here out of the way. And now let's color this little guy. Green. Shy Shamrock. We're going to use the light color. Maybe use the bullet tip so I can control it a little better. And petal pink. I believe these are chrysanthemums, and they come in many different colors. All right. Now, let's layer this together. Adhesive. Yes, I turned it over. It didn't have anything on the other side, but let's have it. On one. And this long one. Our 2-inch square. This is a great way to use up pieces. I'm going to put this guy on dimensionals. And then this needs a little dab of glue. When you mail cards, you really don't want to put too much. You don't want to make them too thick because then the mailman says, hey, these are too thick. I'm glad I'm not the only one that turns my pieces over. All right, I'm going to lay that just like that. And now let's grab some bling. And where's the according to my sketch, it has one up here and here. And then I'm going to do two down here as well. All right, there is card number 1. Toss these back with their card. All right, now let's do one for kiddos, and we're going to use a different stamp set. Y'all, I said I would participate in the card a day in May, and I'm behind. So I'm following my little, this needs a piece of white on the inside. So let's just grab it for both of these. So I'm following my little template as to what cards we're due when. So this is card number 6 for May 6th. Let's put some adhesive on that. And I am going to have to zoom out on that camera so that I don't have to keep reaching so far. But I will do that at another time. All right, now card number 6 is finished. I can take its picture and post it. Let's go ahead and put this piece on the inside of that Shy Shamrock. And I've got a cute little stamp set that we're going to use for this. So let's see what we can come up with. You can like under. Here's the stamp set. Choose Happy. So let's see what piece of paper I want to play with. There's a B, so let's play with this one. All right, let me grab some boho blue. I know it's retired, but it's still in my stash over here, so we're still using it. It has been so busy that I haven't had time to take things out. So I think I like that. Paper trimmer. So let's these guys where I won't get ink on anything that's not supposed to have it on. Let's cut this at 5 1/4. Chair, done with that piece by 4. And then we need to cut this by 3 and by 5. And now 3 3/4. So it'll layer up just like this. Let's go there. And let's get this little B is right here. And what else do we want out of there? I like that flower. Use those two. And what do we want it to say? Let's just put a little hello on there. All right, where is hello in this mix? Right here on the end. need to grab some little blocks. It's upside down. And basic white. Let's start with stamping this right here, and then put the B like he's coming over towards it. All right. What's an idea? I'm going to stamp with Secret C again. We're good. I wobbled it, and I probably did, but that was forgiving. Just say hello right there. Paper trimmer. Let's get a piece of Shy Shamrock to mat it. And boho blue, we can do the same. See if it's big enough. It is. All right, let's see if this will work. So that is about 1.5. Let's make it be 1.5. Shape a little off. That's 1.5. This needs to be let's make this be 3 inches. And 3/4. And then this can be there. All right, guys, sorry, I'll be right back. One moment. So sorry. Um, Life happens. And when you don't have a gallbladder, sometimes it happens even more. All right, that's what I want. Scraps, trash. Deborah, thanks for joining tonight. Sorry, I just had to run out, but life happened. All right, let's layer this up. I'm going to grab some ribbon as well, so we can have a little fun bling on here. This is going to be a real tight fit. For these small margins, most of the time I like to use the liquid glue. Let's go ahead and layer these guys. And then I'll grab some ribbon before we put it on the card front. All right. It's hanging out over here waiting on me. Oh, that's Summer Splash. Some shy shamrock. It hasn't been opened before, so let's use the pointy scissors. There we go. All right, to tie this, I usually try to go like that. Toss that over there. Yay, a teeny tiny dainty bow. Slide it over to the edge. So this little guy will fit. Right? Let's slide it just a tad more. Like that. Come on, adhesive, participate. This goes on the card front. And let me color our leaves. That's dark shy shamrock. This one's the light. With the brush tip, you don't want to push in hard, just a light, like a brush stroke. And here's Daffodil Delight. We're going to color the inside of the flower and the stripes on the bee. And that's going to be a daisy. And once we get it on the card, we'll add some Linkostella. Well, my adhesive does not want to play tonight. There we go. Dimensionals. I think these dimensionals were actually out of a paper pumpkin kit. So let's use them. Oh. Hope everybody's Monday was a little easier than mine. Right. And slide that right there. Grab some Wink of Stella. That ribbon is last year's Shy Shamrock, the 100% polyester. The item code, if you need it, is 163787. I'm not sure if they still have that one or not. I still had some. I'm so glad you found me too. Let's color the bees' wings with Wink of Stella. And I'm gonna paint the flower petals with Wink of Stella. Because why not? All right, and now some rhinestones. I think it would look cute with the little bee having some rhinestones on his little flight path. There we go. How about that? All right, there is day number 7 for kids on the card a day in May. I'll get the pictures posted after the live ends. All right, now let's do at least one more. Let me see. Yep, we got time. Oh, this one needs to be a get well. We're going to do it with a floral hug. And since it is May, that's not a very big flower. Let's do a couple of those. Here's Miss May. Just stamp a couple of those, grab the block. Two, 3. I'll clean them after the video because has come to watch stamp, not cut or clean ink pads or stamps, right? Let's cut those out. Dies are under here. January, February, March, April, May is right here, where I can look on the back. It's got a number 5. So while I'm letting that ink dry a little bit, let's go ahead and cut our card base. Let's do Flirty Flamingo. And we'll do 2 cards with Flirty Flamingo. So let's score it. So it's an 8.5 by 11. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So we got 2 card bases. As my friend Julie says, one of her friends says, park the dart because you don't want to cut with it while you're scoring. We're going to cut it at 5 1/2. All right, there's our 2 card bases. Let's relocate these guys again. And let's get some more designer series paper to play with. Played with you guys. Look on the back of this one. Nope. Let's do this Shy Shamrock. Do it at 3 3/4. By 5. And let's get a coordinating color. I still have some boho blue laying over here. I do. It is 5 1/4 by 4. Almost solids. All right. And we've got our little flowers that we need to grab the die cutting machine in. Pop these apart. That cutting plate is pretty worn out. I don't want it to mess up the other flowers. All right. It starts making an impression on them, actually, so I don't want that. Let's get our piece of Post-it note. When you use the die cut, it takes the month off of there. So just so you know, if you happen to get this set and you start to die cut, you're thinking, why did it? Because that's the way it did, and it's okay. I like using Post-it notes or those little taggies to hold it in place because that doesn't rip the paper when it comes off. Always start from this side. It's just a habit for me. When you use your die cutting machine, do it as comfortable for you. And I did 3 because usually when we do embellishments and such, it's multiples of 3 because that's what is pleasing to our eyes. But I love this stamp set, and that's why I chose it to be for the card club. And the cards, I think, are pretty gorgeous. Here. When I get done using my dies, I either put them in a magnetic dish or I put them in back on their magnet sheet. Flirty Flamingo, where are you? We are using one of the markers to color these flowers because they're teeny tiny. I don't know what kind of flower they are, but they're Flirty Flamingo tonight. I guess I need to look it up and see what flowers are representative of birth months. Shout out if you know what it is, because I don't know. And I should. My sister was born in May. All right, let's grab a punch. We're going to use Labeled with Love, and I'm going to cut 2. We're going to stamp the sentiment on one, and see what it looks like layering these other ones on it. Oh, I need to color their leaves, don't I? I had to hurry and forgot. I like to cut them out first before I color. That way, if it's something that's pretty detailed and I've spent a long time coloring and then I mess it up when I die cut, I don't want to be frustrated. So I've been die cutting and then coloring. Lily of the Valley. These little flowers are hard to hang on to though. All right. That'll be cute. We'll stamp our sentiment on that. Set. Where did I lay you? Sending a floral hug. And I'll just tell you, I've been using Secret C instead of the Tuxedo Black for my sentiments, for stamping. It's just a little less sharp. Actually, I'm going to try to do something. Stamp that. I know it's off center. Watch what I do. Turn it over. I can get my adhesive to cooperate. Back it on the wrong side. Let's do it this way. That made it a little bit smaller. I like that. Multi-purpose. All right, let's layer all of this up and let's get some ribbon on here. Hold you. Standard layers. I use these layers all the time. Card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. So that makes our card front be 4.25 by 5.5. So then you just take 1/4 inch off and you've got your border all around. As many layers as you want to stack up. All right, let's get some liquid glue on the back of these little beauties. Stick one in the middle. Make it be like a little flower pot, I guess. Stay on there. Oh, and I wanted to put a ribbon on there. There we go. That's one way to do it. This ribbon ties really well. I go over to the side a little bit. A little Carol cup. I love it. That way you don't have too many wasteful movements, right? All right, let's stick this. The front of this card is pretty plain, guys, but I think it'll be all right. Let's put that over there. Not on dimensionals. But we can add some bling. This one's plain. It's pretty plain. There we go. Kind of spruced it up a little bit. But you know, sometimes you don't need a whole bunch. And your sentiment and what you write inside is what's important, right? All right. Shall we do one more? Let's see what the next is. We are going to do another one. Let's see. We're going to use this other piece of Flirty Flamingo. And while I've got both of them here, let's go ahead and put their insides in. I cut almost a whole pack of that and have it at 4 by 5 1/4 so that it's ready to go on the as card fronts or insides. And then I try not to forget it. Put it in this one first, and we'll lay it with its friends. And we'll have done 2 Flirty Flamingo and 2 Shy Shamrocks. Come on. Inside. Let's play with some more mixed media florals. Let's get us a different color. I'll use this one. Let's get Shy Shamrock as our, actually, that's not Shy Shamrock, is it? That could be Granny Apple Green. So let's just grab Granny Apple Green. This little one gets to be cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And this one is going to get cut at 5. Three and 3/4. Nice. And what do we want to put on the front of it? Lost my stamp set again. I figured having more desk space, I would have more desk space, but I do. It all still piles up, right? Okay, we're going to stamp this one with hoping your day blooms with happiness. And let's layer it and see where it goes from there. Perfect. Let's get some ribbon. Well, don't have any of that ribbon. So where's my white? Let's use some baker's twine or linen thread. Secret C. Stamp our sentiment. I'm all about using what's laying on the table tonight, right? And then let's cut this. Make it a little straighter. I believe that worked. Let's do this. On the card front. Oh, and I learned a hard lesson the other night. I was making cards and I had it all done. And then I opened it and I had it upside down. So make sure you got your opening where you want your opening to be. Otherwise, it's going to turn out a little upside down. Right. Let's put some adhesive on the back of this. Over here. Okay. Let's just do some loopies. And they're going to twist and turn, and that's okay. Make a couple a little bit longer. My fingers are sticking to it. Up a little bit taller. There we go. And I think that's plenty. Putting it off below the tag so it kind of hides it. Now let's get some of the edge of this dimensional. That'll help hold it in place. And that will keep it off of the paper where I've got a seal on it so it won't stick down and make it look funky. That off. That off. And some pretty bling. In the center of the flowers. There we go. All right, let's pull in all of the flowers. that we stamped tonight. We kind of did go on flowers, didn't we? So there's hoping your day blooms with happiness. Here's sending a floral hug. Get them up a little bit taller. And here's one that says hello. And then there's our layered one. Let's see if we can get them all in the screen. Three and nope, four's not gonna. Okay. That's it for tonight. Remember, if you want to shop with a discount, you are very welcome to. Let me stop sharing my screen. Until the end of May, you can purchase the starter kit, which is basically saying, hey, I want to shop with a discount. I want to be part of Brenda's Homegrown Stampers, and I would absolutely love for you to be part of our little family. For $99, and you get to pick up to $165 worth of product. It can be any $165 worth of product that you can find on the website or out of the catalog if it's still available. Sometimes things go on back order and they're just not purchasable right at that moment. However, if you need some help or you have any questions about it, let me know. I'm here to help. I'll be happy to help you. So that's $99, pick 165, sign up to be a demonstrator, just be a happy shopper. Also, Card Club is using the Year of Flowers that we stamped with tonight for 3 of our cards. If you are interested in that, you got till tomorrow to sign up to be able to get May's card kit. What else? I think that's about it. I would love to have you be part of our team or come participate in some of our classes. Thank you for watching. If you like the videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, share it, all of that fun stuff. That's how more people get to enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your patience tonight while life happened. So thank you again very, very much. And I'm going to say what my friend Katie Carson says all the time. Go do something fun for yourself this week, whether it's sit on the porch and drink your favorite cup of coffee or whatever your favorite beverage is. Just do something for you specifically this week that makes your heart happy and gives you a little bit of a boost for the week. All right, that's it for now, and I'll catch you again next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.